You're here. I'm here. Except you're over there. Let's
over here.
Do this
Who's
live
that?
on twitch.tv/beers and beards.
That was Brock
Who was that supposed to
Lesnar.
be?
It
It was
Brock
Brock
Lesnar
Lesnar.
when he was fighting the Undertaker.
Mm.
You mean when he kicked Undertaker's ass?
No, actually, yeah, it was that time. Yeah, you're right. It's too soon. So, welcome everybody to a new episode of Beers and Beards.
Steers and queers.
Robert's here in a remote location.
I'm tuning in from outer space.
Which the
I
remote
didn't know you were a
location
future man.
is across from us.
About-
We're trying a new setup this week. As you can tell, there's another microphone next to Robert.
And there's also someone missing.
This is my invisible buddy. His
Our
name
good
is
friend
Netrunner.
and
Netrunner.
fourth beard is
Netrunner.
currently MIA,
Oh,
Billy.
Okay.
The whole thing going on with them. We don't know if he'll be back next week or when he'll be
Ever.
back for sure. He
He-
might be on a indefinite hiatus, but he knows we all love him. We'll probably be having a few guests come along.
Probably won't see
Uh,
Billy
rotating
for like
fourth
another 3
chair.
years again.
Yeah, we're rotating fourth chair. Yeah, probably won't see him for a little bit, unfortunately. But that's
Yeah.
all right.
he had a.
Priorities.
He's having or he
He's
had.
having a kid.
He's having a kid.
Their due date is in 4 days.
Okay. Well.
So
So
they
she's ready to pop anytime.
Right. Like a balloon.
so
Something
we'll be
like that.
rotating, and then of course coming up in October,
Spookies.
we're gonna have multiple guests. 'Cause We're
Spookies.
playing spooky games every week,
Spooky.
which is gonna remind me to say October 9th.
It's October 9th.
What's
is-
October
Is
9th?
potentially gonna be the first stream of October. That's when we're doing the giveaway for Gloom, and we're gonna play Gloom live on stream as well.
Okay. I get it.
I might be coming to buy 2 copies of Gloom,
Okay.
one to give away, one to keep here, because I have my copy of Gloom.
Don't you have Munchkin Gloom? Or
I
is
have
that...
Munchkin Gloom as well, but I
Yeah.
have regular Gloom and expansion and Cthulhu Gloom, but they're all in one giant pile, not in boxes, so I don't know if any cards are missing.
Okay. That works.
Hmm.
That works hard.
So, anyways,
All right.
I'm Alex.
Look at
This
the camera, not at me.
I kind of am looking at both.
We're looking in the same
That's
direction.
kind of why I
now.
like this setup. This week I have finally
Oh,
released
frack.
the Founders Breakfast Stout. It's
Is
delicious.
the oatmeal breakfast out?
It's the regular breakfast stout.
I don't know if
It's
I've
o-
ever had that.
It's one of my favorite stouts. One of my favorite beers. As well, got a bottle of whiskey for any followers or anybody that wants me to do a shot of whiskey tonight.
We can't do that anymore. It's against TOS.
Since when?
Since a little while ago.
By the way, you're
Yeah.
not Alex anymore.
Yeah, you're not
Oh,
Alex anymore.
what did I say
we
my
got
name was?
fucking Gregory over here on this side
Yeah,
of the table.
Greg.
I shaved.
What happened to your? You were a lot more Western last I saw you.
Yeah,
What
he
happened?
looked a little bit more like. Now he has some stubble, so it's
yeah,
like.
Yeah,
it's
filling in.
okay.
like filling in.
But he was McCree before.
No, he was Doc Holliday.
It's high noon. I'm Josh. I have America
Again.
and water, because I'm too cheap to buy beer.
You want to talk about cheap? I don't have anything to drink right
Where's
now.
your
I don't have anything. I just
It was a
spent.
busy day
I just
today.
spent
Did you leave it in your
$1,000 on a
No,
car.
I don't have one today.
You
I
want
forgot.
water?
Sure. I'll drink alcoholic water.
That doesn't exist.
Not yet.
I mean, if you really want water, I can go get you some water.
You can have the rest of my water.
It doesn't. It's too. We're too far away. We're in a remote location. Like,
There's Mountain Dew.
I'll take
No, it's
Mountain Dew.
not.
That's extreme enough for me. I'm extreme enough.
Yeah, there's still Mountain Dew. Hang
Please.
on, wait. I'm gonna travel across the universe.
Oh, it's Livewire. It's gross.
Oh, okay. Whoa, hey, you got here. That was quick. Hey, I'm not alone here. Oh,
And he's gone.
and it's gone. I'm Robert. I have Mountain Dew Livewire, sent to me by my gracious co-host Alex.
From
Let's see how
across
this. Let's see how
by
this
my
is.
twin.
It tastes like crap. As we were mentioning earlier before you got here, we now do not have a snack man. A designated snack man.
Is this an intervention? You're gonna make me your snack man. That's why it's 2 against
Someone
1.
said it's laggy.
Who said it's laggy? Is that Shadow?
Yeah.
Am I
You
lagging?
haven't. I can't see that it's like gotten any drop frames or anything.
Yeah, we're not having problems here.
Might be Twitch servers.
Yeah, Twitch servers.
Yeah,
are
Twitch
doing-
died yesterday for a
Yeah.
long while. Also, this isn't that bad.
Really? I think it tastes like liquefied Pez.
Yeah, I can see that.
I prefer voltage.
I prefer gamer fuel because I'm a gamer.
gross. I remember when there was Gamer Fuel like World of Warcraft cans,
Yeah.
and I went out and bought like there was a store next to me that had a huge sale on them because they were like discontinued or whatever. It was like a 12-pack for like 50 cents, and I bought like 6 12-packs
Yeah.
of that.
Couldn't you win
Gamer
something
Fuel.
from that?
I don't know. They
Couldn't
were just
you
cool
also
to
get
have.
like gear and WoW or whatever game
Yeah,
you're
they
playing?
did
get stuff in
something.
WoW, but it was like Horde and Alliance cans because
Right.
there were 2 different flavors.
Wasn't Horde or Livewire?
No, Horde was like Code Red, and
Yeah.
then Alliance was like Voltage before there was Voltage.
Speaking of WoW, we want to start with the showstopper?
We can do that later on.
Okay. All right. We'll get that later on. Let's
So,
move on to the news.
We've got our notes now.
Smells like coffee.
Official
It's a
notes.
breakfast stout. We've got notes, but I guess we should.
Tastes like bacon.
We'll talk. It's a
Oh, that's right.
breakfast
You got
stout.
BattleBots.
I know.
You got that pet
What?
for the gamer Mountain Dew
That's what it
WoW
was.
thing. You got a pet.
We'll discuss after we're done
Are
how
we-
we want to really,
are we
really
gonna
get through these more.
go in
Okay.
But
order
this is an
here?
initial. Yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do for the most part. So we'll start with
Well,
right off
then
the
I
top.
think we should have put the Super Mario stuff together, and
We can still do that. That's no problem. That's why I keep my pen handy so I can check things off.
I'm just saying this could have been organized better.
Well, you know what? I went through our chat, and just write down as things were going. So we're gonna start with H1Z1 King of the Kill. H1Z1 was one game at one point, and they split it up, obviously, while it was in early access, which we're gonna talk about a little bit more later. The early access gaming. They
Did it-
split it into King of the Kill, and what's the other one called?
Just Survive.
Just Survive. Which
was that
PV
warranted?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Split
so.
that into
There was a
different games?
PvP and a PvE aspect. The developer and the team decided let's split the teams up and the games up so each one could focus more on theirs and work theirs along at the speed.
Gotcha.
I don't think the Just Survive one has really
Done well.
done as well as King of the Kill because it's the Battle Royal.
Well, no. So there are certain things with H1Z1. The survival servers, from what I've seen, I'm not like huge in the community, but I know some people that are. There are certain servers that are like designated, and you have to have like a certain amount of hours in the game and like that before you have to like apply and get accepted in. And those are like the really big community servers where they have rules. So like
You can't just
there's-
be a dick.
yeah, there's like certain like open fire zones, and then there's some zones that there's like no combat, and then there's other zones that would be like you have to confront someone and talk to them first before you actually shoot them. So it's like, you know, a lot of people just want to go around and fuck everything up, which is why they play King of the Kill.
That
That's
was
why
my
I play
problem
King
with
of the Kill.
the PvE stuff. Like I wanted to play the PvP aspect, but when we played it, like you'd run around. I had a guy hunt me down and kill me day one on one of the regular servers and said, "You stole my Jeep yesterday. I had to find you and kill you." I went, "I just started this fucking game on this server." Oh, my bad.
That's pretty much H1 in a nutshell. It's
But,
either that or China number one.
I've only ever seen King of the Kill be streamed. I've
Yeah.
never seen Survive be streamed by anyone.
There-
I
Not
haven't
anyone
either.
big, at least.
A lot of streamers don't do Just Survive, except for my buddy Deja Vu, Dark Mist. He does Just Survive a lot.
But yeah, it's King of the Kill is coming out of early access and officially releasing September 20th.
What? Actual early access game hitting 1.0?
Yes.
That's happening now.
H1's
Prison
had a
Architect
lot
did it
of-
as well.
I'll say that's
lot of
starting to
support.
become a reality.
Apparently, we missed this last week. Prison Architect just got their last update.
No one cares
few
about
weeks ago.
Prison
That's it?
Architect.
Yeah.
They're done with it. They're moving on.
Yep.
Wow.
To Prison Architect too. Prison Harder.
But you were saying just before we went live
Mhm.
that you can beta test the new map now.
Yeah, so you can go on the H1 King of the Kill. It's not for Just Survive. It's King of the Kill test servers. And play I think it's called like the Z2, which is just a new version of the map. So it has like all new areas and like stuff like that. So it's a completely reworked. So people like have to learn where everything is again. And from what I've seen, there's like a lot less trees and foliage and stuff. It's a lot more open space.
More buildings, less buildings.
There's still like a certain decent amount of towns with a lot of buildings, but people have been liking it so
Had
far.
they included a battle royal with zombies yet? I feel like that would be a
No.
decent game mode. Also have to like H1Z1 obviously is a zombie game.
I'll say there's no zombies in King
Not
of
in
the
the
Kill.
battle royal ones.
Mm-mm.
No.
I-
I think that would be kind of fun.
I think when they interpret more like special zombies into the game, they'll do that. Because right now the only special zombie is like a screamer.
or a zombie bear.
Those
Zombear.
They're
Speaking
just-
of
they're just
screamers, we'll get
regular
to that
bears.
one. You and I, we have to
Excuse
settle
me?
this.
Excuse me.
Um, was I
Oh,
gonna
I
say?
see what you're. Okay.
okay, what was I gonna say just then?
You were gonna say I'm ready to lose
Oh,
again.
basically, Battle Royale is just Hunger Games.
That's all it is.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
But I still like King of the Kill.
Stop. Stop
think
him
it's
from
fun.
doing that. It's embarrassing me.
Good, you're way over there
I'll
now.
bring in my actual fucking feather pen
Do it.
that you actually have to dip in ink and write.
Yeah, get yourself an actual quill if you're gonna
I
go.
have turkey feathers over there. I
Don't-
wanted to do that with.
Don't half it. You gotta go
Let's go.
All the way.
all
Next
the way.
on our list here is Frostpunk.
I've never heard of it.
It just got announced not that long ago. It's the studio that did This War of Mine, which is 11-bit Studios.
You ever heard of this War of Mine?
Is that the one where you play the survivors and you can like kill the old people and take all their stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Future Man did a lot of.
Yeah,
this
I love
War of
that
Mine,
game.
Yeah, you have it too.
Yeah.
They're making a survival game.
Speaking
Stop
of
me
this
if you
War
heard
of
this
Mine,
one.
This War Mine came out with DLC where you play as children and stuff.
Oh, that's fucked.
And didn't they donate like half of for a certain time, half of the DLC sales went to a child
Some sort of organization.
refugee
Yeah.
charity as well. So 11 bits, good people.
Yeah. So they're releasing a new one, a steampunk survival game. It's going to be based in a completely frozen world. The creator,
So
I
it's-
forgot to write his name down, of course, said empathy and decision making rather than optimization and resource management is how they're planning to do that. You have to think on your feet. More things that you do decision-wise will impact your world over than running out. Let me collect all these trees. Let me collect all these things.
We'll see.
We'll see. You can't make a survival game without really resource management.
Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. I have good hopes, but a survival game, I'm already kind of in one ear out the other.
We
I-
have a ton of
I'm
survival
so
games
burnt
lately.
out on survival games.
Yep.
After Minecraft, it just went huge and
Mhm.
shitty. And Daisy, which was like the worst game I've ever
Yeah.
played.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's still like a big thing going on right now because you see H1Z1's having success. Minecraft is still.
With like the 3-year-olds.
DayZ
Yeah.
is almost in beta.
Wait, it's not in beta
It's
yet?
not
It's
in beta
still
yet.
alpha?
It's still alpha.
I'm crying.
It's not that fucking hard.
But don't you understand? They have all these things they want to put in.
Yeah, but when you still try to open a fence and it swings out and breaks your neck and you die, and the game's been out for 2 years.
They added body heat
Never
now.
mind all the hackers in it.
Oh.
Isn't Daisy the one where you get a penis size?
Penis size? No, that's like
that sounds like Rust.
Yeah.
It is Rust.
That is
you were right.
Rust.
It's Rust.
I don't even know if you can. You can still stream Rust. I thought you couldn't, but you still.
Yeah. Just a moment of silence for this next spot for Billy.
Dicks
Pokemon
out
Go
for
buddy system. You
Harambe.
can walk your Pokemon now. Good stuff.
Dicks out for Harambe again.
You know, I
Now
read
it's
a
out for
perfect
Billy.
shower thought this morning in talking about Harambe.
Yeah.
At this point, we might as well change the saying from beating a dead horse to shooting a dead gorilla.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of Harambe, that's now one of the cities on our Risk Legacy.
Yes. As well, the Cincinnati Zoo got shut down the other day from a bomb threat.
I heard
think
that.
it was somebody being a Harambe guy. Listen, it's cool, it's fun to do Harambe stuff. Don't be that guy.
Yeah. Don't threaten the zoo with a bomb
And now I'll
because
put up the more you know.
I'm all for Harambe jokes, but they are starting to get old now.
Harambe was never too old.
And he's dead now.
It's right. Before his time. Moving on.
That damn gorilla was probably like 30 something.
No, he was 17.
That's still
Wasn't
old.
even a
That's
gorilla
full
adult.
He wasn't old enough to
Couldn't
smoke
even
yet.
smoke a gorilla
Life.
cigarette.
Couldn't even smoke a gorilla cigarette.
Couldn't even gorilla vote.
God bless you, Harambe.
It's in our hearts.
Never-
The Battlefield
never
Open
forget.
1, Battlefield 1 open beta has been out
Did you
for
play
about
that?
a week. It closed this week, didn't it? Or did it close today?
It's closed already.
Yeah, it's
Closed
it's
already.
been closed for a few days.
I
I
heard-
didn't get a chance to play it because I left to go up north when it basically dropped, as well as it dropped with Legion.
So I'm the only one that played it.
Yeah, how was it? Was it more Battlefield?
It was buggy as fuck.
Well, it's a beta.
It's-
So it was
it's
more
Battlefield.
Battlefield.
You know, Robert, I can hear you perfectly from that remote location.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We got really good connection here.
The Battlefield 1 beta is another Battlefield game, so it feels and plays like Battlefield. The horses are fun,
Okay.
even though they can take about 8 tank shells
Which is
Okay.
ridiculous.
and still run around, and you can just go and lop people's heads off with your sword.
That's like the paratroopers in Red Alert 2 that
Yeah.
could just 5 of them could take down a platoon of tanks.
Yeah. There was a lot of issues.
Trophy 0007. I have seen beer in title, and I was immediately here. Welcome.
Well, welcome
we are a
welcome
gaming
to the show.
talking. We are a gaming talk show that likes to drink.
We have
Beer.
2.5 beards here as well.
Beer and 2.5. He doesn't count anymore.
Hmm.
I don't even know if you count. Still.
Can you see that from your remote location?
I can't. What are you doing?
But yeah, it was super buggy. There was a lot of issues with like the client versus the server side, with like the weather type stuff. I don't know if you heard about it, but
Sounds like
essentially you could see like a sandstorm on your screen, but on someone else's screen they wouldn't see the sandstorm. So if you were just like sitting there and you can't see shit, and someone's just sniping you, you're like, what the fuck? It's because they don't have a sandstorm.
Walls.
We do.
it sounds like this was an actual beta and not just like a
Yeah,
marketed
but the
beta.
thing is, the game releases next month, so
It
it's
releases
like
October 21st.
it's already pretty close.
Usually the last month is for bug fixes and stability
They'll
issues.
probably
they
push
won't
out
fix
a
it in time.
closed beta like close to launch. Usually, like I think with the PlayStation 4, they're doing an early launch.
Mhm.
And a few other things are probably going to get an early launch, so they can have like 2 or 3 days before the masses get it, so they can see how everything they've tried to fix.
You just
went.
wait for that day one patch.
They still won't fix it in time. I'm not gonna buy the game until I don't know a few months
Yeah.
later.
We're going to skip this next line until we get to the other stuff down there. Well, we're going to talk about all that together, so we can hit the button just once. As much as I love that
Sure.
button.
The G spot in my anus.
Yes.
Excuse me.
So Robert,
He said
last
that
time we had
button.
discussed that CD Projekt Red was worth $2 billion.
That's what I was told.
It's only worth 1.
Oh darn.
which is still more money than I've ever had in my whole life.
Well, when Gwent comes out, it'll jump up to 2 billion.
Probably.
Maybe even 5.
So
May-
that's
maybe
that's
even
just
5.
that's our correction we want to make from our last show.
Yep.
We apologize to you, CD Projekt Red. We gave you too much money.
I still love you.
Yeah. You're
Speaking
still
of
okay.
things with too much money, real fast, I read an article about a new roller coaster game coming out. What's it called?
Roller Coaster Tycoon World.
No, it's a different game.
Ride the roller coaster electric.
No, I'll have
Boogaloo.
to find it later because a guy
Part
had an
2.
article about
Part
how
2.
he you can be challenged to make a profitable park out of $5,000.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So his goal was to make a profitable park without putting any roller coasters, just a hat stand and a bathroom. It didn't work with the hat, so he added like a restaurant and a drink fountain. It started to kind of work. People would walk in, buy a drink, buy food, use the bathroom, leave. Nobody was buying hats. Eventually, these 2 ladies came in, bought drinks, and were instantly trying to leave. He made it a mission to keep them there as long as he could. His intent was to make them spend all their money and buy a hat. It did not work.
They still
had-
didn't want the hat.
So they don't play any Valve game. Those 2 ladies.
Yeah, they're not playing Hat Simulator, which is now apparently Rocket League too.
The
So-
Mass Effect remaster.
So EA,
Good guy,
becoming
EA.
becoming a good guy all of a sudden, or maybe trying to save themselves from being the bad guy. that they helped.
to milk it.
Yeah. So they said that Peter Moore said the rumors of a Mass Effect remaster are null and void. We're
Yeah,
not gonna
not
make
happening.
it. We're not making a Mass Effect remaster for 2 reasons. One, they didn't want to distract from Andromeda, which I think is out later this year.
Mm-hmm. I think.
But either way, they're
near
coming out with a
winter,
new game.
Winter season.
Right. And they said, what is this quote? They're not out to make an easy buck. They don't want to milk the fan base for what it's worth.
You
by
know,
making them
that's-
But
rebuy.
you know they would
bunch of
throw out a Dragon
bullshit.
Age HD remake in a heartbeat.
Well, Mass Effect 3 was supposed to be the last game, right? So they're like, let's just milk it one more game. Let's just do that one.
Well, supposedly
more.
Andromeda takes place during the same time as 3.
So you're playing as someone who isn't
You're playing a side story.
Shepard.
Yeah. In fact, you're someone that Shepard sent to
You're that
Andromeda.
little kid
that died,
died.
and you have to haunt his dreams.
Yes.
They took the Dragon Ball.
No,
Snap up.
I'm glad EA is not putting something out that's just a remaster. Like, here's prettier Mass Effect, because I'm fine with not playing Mass Effect again until Andromeda.
Well, speaking of remasters, Bioshock Remaster drops like tomorrow.
No.
Really? That soon? I didn't know it was coming
Is
out.
it
I was
just
actually
one,
looking
or
at
is
The
it one and
Witcher
two?
3.
1, 2, and 3.
The Witcher
1, 2, and Infinite?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know why they're doing Infinite.
Yeah, well, Infinite
Well,
already looked
Infinite's
great.
for the consoles, but 1 and 2 are for PC.
Oh, gotcha.
I saw The Witcher 3 just did their Game of the Year edition. I'm
Saw
probably
that.
going to pick that up soon.
I will.
It's worth it.
Yep.
It's really worth it.
I'll wait for a sale and then I'll pick it up.
All the DLC, Blood and Wine, which was like their last one, added on like another 40 hours of gameplay
God, that's my...
for like $15.
So EA's the good guy this week.
Yep.
But guess who the bad guy is?
Speaking of DLC and bad guys, Josh. You want to take this one, buddy?
No.
You still heard about it? Because I am too, and I didn't even play the game.
Metal Gear 5.
Yep.
Mission
last
51.
The last Metal Gear Solid game that will ever be made.
They have canceled Mission 51, but they have confirmed that's not the ending of the game, so it's all right. So I'm curious to what Mission 51
I thought they said that. I thought the official Metal Gear Solid Twitter said that the game was finished, and that's the ending that is in the game. Is
But
there?
it's
is
not
the
an
ending.
ending.
That's why I always
But
heard
they
that
said
it,
that is the ending.
I always heard that it wasn't the ending. It was
Right.
the ending to that piece, that the ending would come out in a DLC later
Yeah,
down
that's
the line.
what
right.
it was supposed
or
to
wasn't
be.
there like there was a global
'Cause-
quota to be met or something about how many nukes somebody had before the last mission unlocked or something like that?
I don't know. Well, the thing is, they never finished the game. So the way it ends, right, is everything starts to unfold, and they have like this fucking new. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's like a new Metal Gear, and like it starts to come out, and like shit's about to go down, and it's just like, and you're done, and I'm like,
So
The Soprano ending. you.
what what I remember reading about this is that the people who bought the definitive edition of Metal Gear Solid 5 got like concept art of what Mission 51 was supposed to be. But then the official Twitter account said that the events of Mission 50 continue on in Metal Gear 1 on the NES. That's the ending.
It
of Metal-
just re-loops?
No, it continues to the Metal Gear 1, 2, Metal Gear Solid 1.
yeah. Well,
2
because
and
Metal Gear
4.
Solid 5 is your Metal Gear Solid 4 Snake, but older.
Your
I
big
think.
boss.
Your big boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, let me make sure I'm following this right. Metal Gear Solid 5 ends, and it's supposed to take place just before Metal Gear Solid, the very first
Well,
game.
the
First Metal Gear.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that was always like
I see. I
that
hadn't
was
heard
Kojima's
that.
last hole in the Metal Gear chronology is what happened between Peace Walker and Metal Gear 1, like
Yep.
what turned Big Boss into a bad guy. That was never explained, and that's why Metal Gear Solid 5 was made.
I had never heard that. I had just heard that was the game had an ending, but that was not the ending to that.
Oh, it's
game.
a terrible explanation, and it doesn't follow at all because there's just open plot holes that will never be resolved.
Yep.
Until Kojima himself says like, "Here's what I wanted to happen."
But I'm no longer working.
But on the
Right.
bright side is they're adding in a horde mode to Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, great! I always love Horde mode.
So they don't give me a fucking real ending to the game, but they'll give me a horde mode.
When I think of Metal Gear Solid, I think Horde mode is probably what this game needs.
Yeah, that's exactly what it needs.
That's what I thought with Halo.
It's such
you
a
know?
shame.
It
Yeah.
was with ODST and all that. Like
Yep.
I needed a good horde mode, even though it was fun. I enjoyed playing those.
Yeah,
game
when I
modes.
played Horde mode in Gears of War 2, I was like, every single game ever from now on needs to have this
Yeah.
mode. And look, my wish is coming true.
Well, it was good in Gears of War, but
So I'm saying Halo had a good
I
version.
can't believe they've done this to me. Metal Gear Solid 5 was such a good game.
I still got it. I think I
so
think this year for my extra life stream, I might just play every single Metal Gear Solid in
Oh,
chronological
you're actually
order.
going to have an
When
extra
is
life
Extra
stream?
Life this year?
It's always the first.
You
week
are
of
not going to be
November.
able to finish every single Metal
First
Gear Solid
win in
game in
November?
24
First
hours.
weekend of November.
Because I wanted to do one with us.
Let's play through all the Metal Gears.
No, I mean like a Beers and Beards.
A 24-hour beers and beards.
Like, not like this, but like us doing
Playing
stuff.
games.
Am I going to
Yeah.
have
Let's
to
play-
take a day off of work?
Let's play
We're
through
talking
all
like-
the Metal Gear Solids.
What?
Making noise.
Sorry, this remote location has a train.
There's something definitely behind this. Possibly outside.
It's a ghost.
It might be a ghost. There's one that follows me around.
Oh.
She's a female. She
Well, yeah,
whispers
he
my
always
name
has
every once
one,
in a
but
while.
we're talking about having a Beers and Beards one. I don't want
Either
to make
way,
you stay up for
I'm
48
I'm gonna
hours.
get through all the Metal Gears.
That's impossible. You can't do that in 24 hours.
I'm gonna do it.
You'll be able to get through one.
I'm gonna.
My
no way.
plan was to
I'm gonna wreck
maybe
it.
like set
I'm
up
gonna wreck
and
it.
have us do games and stuff like that. And what I had actually hoped for was that we do a Beers and Beards.
We should get a
Extra
capture
life.
card.
That's
and
what I
do,
want to
like
get.
Mario Party. And
That's
shit.
what I want to do, and like
Oh,
we do
God.
our stream
You
all the
wanna
way
talk
up,
about
and then
something
for
you
our
can't
last
do.
2 hours is our regular show.
Where we're all delirious.
Like, sleep-deprived,
Yeah.
crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like I wanted our last 2 hours to be like us sitting down here, like that's it. Like this is our
You
last.
can't
2
use my
hours.
likeness or else I'll sue.
What?
I'm segueing.
Oh God! I'm like, wait, I'm fucking confused.
that's it.
But you're not Lindsay Lohan, baby.
Which is probably
is
good at this point in time.
It's such a shame. Lindsay Lohan used to be like a fine piece.
So to catch anybody out there up, Lindsay Lohan, when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, sued Rockstar Games
Or
for
tried
using
to sue.
yeah. Well, actually, the courts did allow it.
The
to
court
start.
did allow her to sue.
They did.
They
Yeah,
she sued Rockstar based that one of the characters they used was based on her, the one that was always around in the G-string with the lollipop, getting arrested with the handcuffs, running away from the cops. You know, all that girl that they used in a lot of the promos.
And didn't they find the model that she was actually based off of? I'm pretty sure.
I followed none of this.
But she tried suing, saying it was her.
Right.
They're basing it off her. And the courts initially, back when the whole thing started, like back in 2014, they said, you know what? Yeah, we'll hear you out. Recently, like a few days ago, an appeals court in New York threw the case out. Said, no, you've got nothing here. And the official quote was, Grand Theft Auto 5 does not fall under the statutory definitions.
You want me to take this?
Yes, I like.
He's stroking out over there.
The
Grand Theft Auto 5 does not
Statutory?
fall under the statutory definitions of advertising or trade, explaining that this video game's unique story, characters, dialogue, and environment, combined with the player's ability to choose how to proceed in the game, render it a work of fiction and satire.
statutory.
Statutory.
So yeah,
So what does this mean for video games as a whole?
not really.
Means that video
Lindsay
games
Lohan
are a work
is
of
just
fiction
trying
and
to-
satire.
If someone looks like you in a video game, you can't sue because it's fictional.
It means that what was her name? Ellen Page, the girl who sued Naughty Dog for Last of Us,
Yeah.
making because Ellie
That
looked
girl
like
looks
her.
so much like her, though.
It did
like that was
but
a
now she can't
spitting
sue.
image.
Yeah, now she can't sue.
because video games are by law
Here's
and
the thing.
definition
The
a
girl
work
that
of
they're
fiction.
talking about for Grand Theft Auto 5, it doesn't look like Lindsay Lohan at all.
No,
For the girl from The Last of Us, like I thought maybe they had like had her do the character.
Well, they
'cause-
did at
'cause
first.
Ellen Page did like what? Beyond Two Souls.
yes, Beyond Two Souls.
That's what I'm saying. I thought she did like the
I think
the-
they were
the
the-
moving and like the green screen stuff.
I think
they
the
usually do.
early talks was that she was going to, but then she backed out because she was going to do Beyond Two Souls instead, and so they just kind of changed the facial structure a little bit. Apparently not enough, and that's what caused that kerfluffle.
See, I can see her winning that one because that looks exactly like her, and it's a shame she's batting for the wrong team.
It's 2016, Alex, and you're married.
Yeah.
get it together.
It doesn't matter.
You can have dreams too,
That's true.
I can dream. So we're gonna move on from the next one. We're gonna put all that together.
just like how you didn't know about Felicia Day.
Exactly.
That's just sad. I'm sad now. Hey guys, you like Walking Dead?
No.
no,
Do you like Telltale's The
No.
Walking Dead?
no, not Telltale.
You
I don't
didn't like Telltale's Walking
I don't
Dead?
like Telltale at
I-
all. I don't think they do a good enough
I
job.
hated that story.
I can't believe both of you.
No,
right
seriously,
now.
like Telltale
The only-
games, like I don't feel like they do a good enough job impacting their world.
I
Seriously.
liked the Telltale Borderlands story, but that's about it.
Man, The Walking Dead season 1 was amazing.
Oh, spoiler alert: Lee dies at the end.
Yeah, it's sad.
It wasn't that sad.
It was super sad.
The only sad part is when Clementine decides to kill him or not.
Yeah,
That's
Everything about that is anyway. They're coming out with season 3, not officially
It's
called
not
season
season
3.
3, though.
It's not officially season 3, but it's basically the 3rd season of Telltale's Walking Dead. It's called A New Frontier. Stars Clementine because that's literally the only through line that we
She's
have.
gonna be an old Clementine now.
She's gonna be like 19, I think, in this one, or maybe I don't know. I don't know
So
exactly.
zombies have been alive for that long, huh? Because she was like 7.
So yeah, zombies have been around for 8 years and they're still going strong.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna be some weird world explanation.
yeah. Because they would die out eventually. Can't.
They just rot away.
Yeah.
So first episode drops in November. They haven't said anything about this being like the last season or anything of The Walking Dead, so we have no idea what's gonna happen. I guarantee, I'll give you a 99% chance they kill Clementine at the end of it.
I hope so. Did you hear like?
Heroic
I
sacrifice.
heard like some bells or some weird shit. Am I going crazy?
Yeah, that's definitely you going crazy.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's no
fuck.
bells. I heard something like back here. I just figured it's something, but I'm not a fan of Telltale's style. Like I really like I like what they want to do. The every decision impacts the world, but let's be honest, it doesn't do anything. It does some, but not. They're not as good at it as Life is Strange was.
It was like a really more of a linear story.
That's true, and they do illusion of choice very well.
Yeah.
Because in the moment you think it's going to impact things. If you look at it from a broader perspective, obviously it doesn't. But
There was only some choices that really impacted things, like on who would die and who wouldn't.
yeah, but Telltale
That's about it.
does good moment to moment stuff. I think they do.
Their quick times are really good.
Yeah, I think they do their scenes, like their dramatic tension, real well. But like I said, if you look at it from a broad perspective of, well, it didn't matter what I was going to say here, he'd respond the same way. Then it gets you look behind the curtain a little bit. But they
That's
don't.
what I'm saying,
They
like,
make you not want to. Is the
I
thing.
appreciate that at least Life is Strange took that idea, and they actually did something with it.
Yeah.
I was hoping after they did that, Telltale come out and go like, all right, that's how we need to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
It might.
they haven't done it with Batman yet, but Batman's been a pile of garbage.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything
No, it's
about
been
Batman.
awful.
I watched the first. I think only episode 1's out. But
Yeah, but
still really
it's pretty bad. Like
not
bugs
great.
everywhere, all kinds of issues going on. Like they're not doing a good job.
It's
with
not great.
it. But hopefully, maybe with this new Walking Dead, they can get their system to what someone
Hopefully.
else did for
I
them.
think what Life is Strange's strength was is that it kept the story relatively small, and not like when you decided to tell the principal about Nathan having a gun or not.
So much shit. Yeah.
That basically impacted kind of nothing until it was relevant. Whereas all of Telltale stuff just tries to impact it as soon as you make that decision.
Yeah. It
Like-
was like, you kick a can over in Life is Strange in the very beginning of the game, and then at the very end, it's going to be like a can falls from the sky. Like,
Like
it
it hits
in the
you
head.
in the head, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Fuck! I kicked that can in the beginning."
I
Damn
gotta
it.
delete my save and start over so I don't get killed by this can. But yeah, I hope they.
Yeah, I
I'm
really
gonna buy
do
it.
too.
I'm
There's
going to.
also,
I have to.
I
have to
really
know
would
how the
like a
story
game
ends.
that has that more impact. 'Cause
Well,
I
the-
really enjoyed Life is Strange.
There was a horror game on the PS4, Until Dawn, that did
Yeah, that was also really good.
storytelling, and the game choice
Yep.
is really, really good.
Supposedly you could save everyone.
You can save everyone, and you can also have everyone die.
Yep.
And there's multiple ways for them to die, and everything's like really
Yeah.
unique.
So hopefully Telltale has been watching and seeing how because they kind of started this whole thing,
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. They
So-
started it. Somebody came in,
made
took
it better.
that, made it better.
So now they have to
Now
reassert their throne.
They
I
have to
would
come
like
back up.
another episode of Until Dawn, but like a whole different
I would
story
like
with
another
only
Life is
people.
Strange.
Yeah, but
Life is Stranger.
with the true ending.
Life is Stranger Things.
I haven't watched Stranger,
Stranger
Things yet.
Things.
I'm gonna watch it though.
I'm
Oh, it's
pointing
so good.
into the void because you're in a remote location.
Stranger
let's find
Things
out.
on Netflix.
I'm gonna throw this bottle cap
Yeah.
at that portal.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Well,
Where
it
did
went
that
through the
come from?
portal?
It just came
Nice.
to the void.
There's a portal there.
Yeah,
I don't see it. I just see Robert.
we are playing Portal.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Cake is a lie.
I just had cakes earlier.
It's not a lie. Okay, listen to me, everyone on the internet. The cake has never been a lie. If you beat the game,
You get cake.
you get cake. There's cake there. It was never a
He's
lie.
not there, ladies and gentlemen. The cake was always a lie.
How dare you?
Don't
You're just
listen
trying to
that
cover up.
madman.
You're just conspiracy cover up guy.
Listen. Between us, cake's a lie.
It's not a lie. I wasn't even muted for that. I could have just talked.
You're from a remote location. We can't. I don't know what I'm looking at in a remote location. Red Dead Redemption is
Good segue.
getting more rumors again. We're professionals here.
Supposedly.
You want another one over there in the portal?
No, I'm good for right now.
Okay.
I'm getting wasted.
Wasted on Mountain Dew.
So more Red Dead Redemption rumors are surfacing. This time, a Korean website. I don't remember what website it was anymore. I didn't write it down. I don't think they ever said what it was.
Impronounceable.
Claims that we're gonna get a remaster or a release of Red Dead Redemption 1 on PC in 2017, and that there's a Korean localization of the game being released on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
You know, the way that I see that as, and you know how in third world countries, how they'll have, like, Robot Guy 3, and it's just like a knockoff version of Terminator 3?
That's
and it
what it's
just
gonna be.
has, like, photoshopped Arnold Schwarzenegger on the cover, and, like,
It's gonna be
it
Green
has to
Redemption.
be them getting something like that.
Green
Alive
Life Redemption. That's kind of how I look at it. But the rumors that they're doing the HD remake and everything kind of getting contradicted because they actually did just make on Xbox One backwards compatibility.
Yep.
Yeah.
They sure did.
And apparently, when they announced the PS4 Nero, which we're going to talk more about next week, there's a lot of rumors going around that Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to come out on that with it.
No. I think Rockstar's. I don't know what Rockstar's doing because
They're playing their cards close to their vest.
they always
Well,
keep their
we
secrets.
do know for sure something Red Dead is going on.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We don't know what's going on for
Well,
Red Dead.
because there was the whole thing.
Maybe
with,
it was them working on the backwards compatibility and everyone's still just
Yeah,
hoping.
because there was those coders that hacked the Rockstar website that had a spot for Red Dead.
Yeah.
On there, so
Who knows?
So I'm saying maybe that was them working because it just came out backwards compatible not that long
yeah,
ago.
it might have just been.
So all this time with all the Red Dead stuff going on, they're hoping that this is an HD remake because we're in the age of HD remakes, or it was the next Red Dead coming out. But it could have been this whole time that thing, coming out for Xbox One. They're not working on anything Red Dead anymore, and people are just hoping that they're getting something still.
Bully 2.
oh God,
That's what they're working
no,
on.
please.
That's what they're working on.
Ah, that would be a travesty. We heard you really liked Bully. That'd be like making Spore 2 at this point. Or
Yeah,
No
I
Man's
would
Sky 2.
prefer Bully 2 over Spore 2.
If
any
they
day
could
of
do
the week.
Spore properly, like you take the first
Oh, you
part
mean
of the
No
game,
Man's Sky?
Dang.
you take the first part of Spore. Like the first part of Spore is fun. Like when you're making your creature, that is
You
a
just make
load of
'em
fun.
Giant penis monsters.
But
that-
then it gets
shoot out of
old
their
fast, sure.
nipples.
But like once you get to like everything else, like that's when the game starts to suck.
You guys know
the mitochondria is the power.
You know a game, Josh? I would really love they make a sequel to
Brink?
Brink 2.
Brink 2. It's in the works. I'm making it.
You're making
we
it?
have
Making it.
insight. You heard it here first. Brink 2's coming out.
You're buying the license from Bethesda?
They gave it to me for free.
We don't want this
like
anymore.
just fucking take it.
You guys know who Suda51 is?
I know who Suda51 is.
You like Suda51?
I do.
He wants to remaster Killer 7.
I've never played Killer 7.
Killer 7
But I always wanted to play it.
was the first game that I saw that people wrote thesis papers about
Really?
because of how absurd it was.
Because, Suda did No More Heroes.
Yep.
Mad World.
Yep.
There was Killer 7. And then isn't there another, like, hack and slash that he did?
Die by the sword.
No. I know it's on Steam.
The guy with he's the gigolo. What's his name? Frack, what
Deuce?
is that name? He's got like a weird hand. I played it on stream once.
Oh,
I played it on
I know
stream
what game
once.
you're talking about.
Yeah. They're like, there's the side game where you have to look at the girls in their underwear and
Yeah.
then things happen.
So
What is
No
that?
More Heroes, Killer 7.
What is that name of that game?
He did Fatal Frame? Oh, shit.
I know what game you're talking
Yeah.
about. It's not that that
Killer is dead.
that was
Killer
it.
is
Dead.
That's
That's
what
what
I
it
was gonna
is.
say. It was Killer something.
Killer is dead. So all fantastic games.
The
Um,
art style in his games are fantastic.
They are fantastic. Killer 7 was about a
That was like a
crime
murder
syndicate
case,
family who took hits, and everyone in this family was a number. And I remember 5 was like a luchador, and 7 was Spike from Cowboy Bebop.
Great show.
And you had to fight like things called Heaven Smiles, which are things that smiled, but they hugged you and they blew up.
So they were.
It was a weird thing. And then
Suicide
like
bombers.
the leader of the guy, he's just this wheelchair dude with a giant sniper on his wheelchair, and he fought like the devil. There's one scene when they're playing chess, and people wrote thesis papers like, "This is about global economy. This is about God and the devil playing games with each other." Blah 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 blah. It was crazy. And now he wants to remake it. I'll buy it. $40.
I'll buy it right up.
I'll buy it right up. I loved Killer 7.
I bet you it won't even be $40. It'll be like 30.
I'll still take it. Put on Steam. I'll stream it.
No, you won't.
You
You
will.
don't stream anymore.
Shut up. Get out of my house.
This is the only streaming you and I do now.
This is my
Until
house.
Until I get a more consistent schedule in which I
Until-
work days.
we fight.
Yeah, fuck
Round
your
2.
squad. And
What'd
Left
I
4
do?
Dead for cheating.
Every
You
week.
you keep dodging us. We're over here like we ready. We want to do this.
We
And you're just
ready.
Like, you're just like, I'm not gonna answer any questions on this. Next question. Playoffs.
Listen,
Are you kidding me? We're talking about playoffs?
5v5,
What?
5v5, Counter Strike Go, Glocks only,
I only
Nobody
play...
wins that one.
except for me.
I'm not playing Counter Strike.
All right.
Then I have to buy it.
Call of Duty 4,
Okay.
1v1, 360 no scopes only.
Brink.
360 no scopes only.
Team versus team.
No
in
one
Brink.
owns Brink, except for me and you.
I think Robert has it.
No, why would I buy a bad game?
Maybe you bought it
You
at the
can
hype.
probably buy Brink at the dollar store now.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the Left 4 Dead 2 rematch.
I've been practicing by not playing Left 4 Dead 2.
So have I.
Yeah, me too.
But it's still fun.
Yeah.
We need to get it done soon.
We need to find a server without power-ups.
Perks.
Just straightforward Left 4 Dead 2,
Yep.
whatever mods you have installed. Because I got the John Cena mod. Love that
And-
one.
And we have to have a full team.
Yes.
Because that's the only reason why we lost.
As well,
Mhm.
for the
Wasn't
Midnight
skill.
Riders sequence on the second map,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift concert.
Is that your segue? You want to segue into that?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Taylor Swift
She's single.
is not Snack.
It's not
She's
snack.
not
apparently.
a snake. Everyone here claims to be. Let her make. She's a snake. She is not a snake.
She's a huge slut.
Leave Taylor Swift alone.
Alex, you know that she's a huge slut.
There's got to be like something like you ever like wonder like wow, why is this like this at least this cute celebrity like she's like always going through boyfriends and stuff. Terrible.
She's
In a
trying to
certain
get as
aspect,
many
I'm certain
notches
of it.
on that headboard as she can.
Related to that, she's like they're probably terrible at that. Like they probably just
Someone's fucking spinning out there.
this is all video game related. We apologize, but like there's something like we'll talk a little bit more about this one because I don't want to say what my theory is on stream.
What? She's crazy?
That and she's not good at it.
She's probably.
Why would that even matter?
Have you ever
To some
seen?
people,
Have you ever
probably.
seen the video of that extremely white girl twerking and she's like a giant stick and she's just going like this? It's like she's probably like that.
Probably. So yeah, Taylor Swift is not a snake.
You know,
I'll
I
date
don't
her.
know if we can talk about celebrities like
Rip
this on
Hiddle
Twitch,
Swift.
but
Hey Taylor, if you're out there, message me, baby girl. He's married, okay?
yeah, I can't.
He
I'm
can't
single
actually.
though. I don't like you that much, so
All right. Well, it defaults to me then.
just get me your friends like Anna Kendrick.
Speaking of things we probably can't do or shouldn't do, Dolphin, the GameCube emulator,
Also,
Okay.
Wii emulator.
can run everything on GameCube.
It is 100% complete. But emulation is illegal unless you flash your own BIOS. So don't do it. But if you had to,
Good guy Robert over there.
if you wanted to back up your own GameCube and Wii games, now you can do it.
back up.
Yeah, back them up so you don't lose them.
Back up.
Don't emulate. It's illegal.
Back up.
Unless you do it all
don't-
yourself.
Don't emulate.
Don't talk to your friend who's a pirate.
I don't have any pirate friends. Except, somewhere down my lineage,
I might be a pirate.
my
for Halloween.
families were pirates.
You don't have any pirate friends?
I got some pirate family.
You might have some games that you borrowed from a pirate friend.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Never.
So whatever you do,
Maybe
boys
back
and
when I
girls
was like 14.
out there, don't back up illegally with your GameCube and Wii games.
How can you legally back up your own GameCube and Wii games?
What you do is you plug your GameCube into the transmorphic resistor, and then you circle it back around with an HD QR cable right into your PCI Express slot.
Are these real things?
No.
Not even.
Well, the PCI Express slots are
I
real
knew that
things.
was, but like when you said like the RQ4, I'm like, wait.
And then
What?
And then what you do is you take a Sharpie on the GameCube discs and you just draw around it, and that's copying it to your computer, right?
Yeah.
So then you can
Make
use
sure
the
while you're
Dolphin
circling,
Simulator.
you write "I own this."
Yeah.
So that way it's legal.
So
And I'm
like,
not talking about on the graphics side.
when
I'm
the
talking about
FBI
on the
kicks
reader
down
side.
your door, like freeze, you're like, no, bro.
It's like, listen, I used the transmorphic resistor and the HDMI QR cable. Listen, it's all here.
Then I'll be like, "Yep, looks all good. Sorry
He's
to
like,
bother
oh,
you."
sorry, let me buy you a new door. And then he just walks out, comes back.
Government
with, like,
would never
a plate
buy
of
you
60 chicken nuggets, and then and a bottle of wine. And he's like, I'm sorry. And then he just walks away.
It's the nicest government we've ever had.
Yep.
Buys us chicken nuggets and everything.
Technically, the police have to pay for your door.
Oh
if
yeah,
they
they
break
have
down
to pay for anything they break.
if it's unwarranted. Like all the people that get swatted, they when they get there and they find out there's nothing going on, they have to pay for whatever damage they have.
I wonder if anyone's ever gotten like swatted while they were like jerking it.
Oh,
It's like
That
they
would
just
suck.
they hit end stream. And they're like, oh, that was a great stream. And then
and
they
they're just like,
they open up Pornhub and they just start jerking it, and the SWAT comes in, freeze, and he's just like,
he's just like, oh,
his dick's out for Harambe. And
Harambe's my hero.
I think we've seen enough streams that don't end when they should, and they
I've
end up.
seen some that have started before they should. There was this guy that was streaming on his PS4, and it
Yeah.
was like recording as soon as he turned it on. And he was like watching porn on his phone and jerking it, but you couldn't see it because it was like above head.
Yeah.
But you can see him looking at his phone, and just for like
There was-
10 minutes.
There was also the guy who does Euro Truck Simulator or something like that. He was just like his stream died, like Twitch died, OBS went down or something like that. And so he's just like, screw it, I'm just playing. And like hours later, it all comes back on because he forgot to exit it out. He's just playing, just sitting there, and everybody's like filing back in. And they're like, why isn't he saying anything? Why is he just like randomly like coughing and like not talking to his stream? And all of a sudden, like one of his notifications went off, scared the shit out of him. He went, oh, I guess I'm streaming. Then you got the drunk guy who wakes up after playing Counter-Strike drunk, pees on his keyboard. He gets up, he's like,
Man, people should not drunk stream.
yeah,
That
I don't advocate drunk
I
streaming.
think
It's
that's why
actually-
Twitch said stop doing
Yeah,
it.
it's against TOS now to drink excessively to the point of where you're out of control of your own actions.
I know somebody that might need to.
You?
Life is Strange episode 5 was the best stream I've ever had.
That stream was insane. You had probably at
Did
least
you archive that at
like
all?
14 shots.
What's that?
Did you archive that at all?
No, it doesn't exist anymore.
No, but I had quite a few people show up for that stream, and I was
He was fucking
ripped.
smashed.
You were turned up.
But speaking of streams, PS Now.
PlayStation Now.
Oh, yeah, you can get your PlayStation 3 games on your PS4
On your
and your
PS4
PC.
computer. All they're saying all titles, which they say over 400 games, but every title on PlayStation 3 can now be streamed.
For how much?
There is a 7-day trial.
Okay.
You wrote down $19.99, but I thought it was $9.99.
No, it's $19.99. I went on their website and I double checked. I looked up as I was typing our notes.
I'd still pay $20.
$20 for 1 month, or on a month-to-month subscription,
Yeah.
or you can pay $99 for 12 months.
What on the PS3 is worth it?
The Uncharted series.
Isn't
Yeah.
The Last of Us on
The
there?
Last of Us is on there, which is worth it. You have the God of Wars. You have pretty much any of like the baseball games because that's all PS4 exclusive.
Oh man,
now.
I can get the football
You
back.
can get MLB The Show.
Want Madden, bro.
Let's see.
So say it's anything. You're getting this for first party titles basically,
Yeah.
because anything third party already went to the PC.
I wish it was for PS4 games because I really need to play Bloodborne.
Yeah, I would do it for Bloodborne.
I just need a PS4.
I wonder
Who
if
wants to
they're
buy me a PS4?
They're probably just testing this and seeing how it works out with PS3.
Yeah. Well, because
hopefully
I don't
does
think
well.
they wanna do it for
Microsoft's
PS4
starting to
yet.
try to get back, show their PC gamers like we're gonna do like all the games that they're getting ready to release are
Yeah,
gonna be.
and
you've
by
got,
doing so, they
know,
screwed
Halo
every
Forge.
single Xbox One customer ever by saying, "Please don't ever buy an Xbox One ever
Well,
again."
that's not true because if you can't afford a high-end PC to play these games,
You don't even need a high-end PC.
sure you do.
You need a mid-end PC.
Yeah, technically, Xbox One is like a lower end computer.
Well, right, but they dumb those games down for the consoles. So if they release it at full power on a PC and you want to have the full capabilities of it, you're
Sure.
still gonna need to drop over $1,000 on a rig. So
You get a longer investment with it.
But it's benefiting the players. Like I used to be the guy that played some games on my Xbox,
Yeah.
but it was only certain games. Like I played Halo and all my sports games
Yeah.
because there isn't like they stopped making a lot of the sports games.
Yeah, your first-party
on-
stuff, basically.
Yeah,
That was
they
it.
stopped making a lot of that stuff
Mhm.
on, PC.
Right.
So that was the only reason like I had a console for so long. And when the new generation came out, like I didn't buy one. Like I want to go get a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One, so I have a Blu-ray player and I can play sports games again.
I do want.
That's the only reason I want a
That's fine.
console.
Well, because also Final Fantasy 15 is not going to come out on PC for like a long time.
Oh, and they're gonna make Nier 2 and Final Fantasy 7 remake on
And
PS4.
now there's that game called Neo, which is like Samurai Dark Souls, which is really cool.
Oh, I did see that. I might have to buy a PS4.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I thought a PS4 just because it's a better Blu-ray player.
Well, it is a good Blu-ray player, and now the new PS4. is
And it's a
gonna have
good thing
4K.
I'm gonna want to buy a PS4 because now I can buy a PS4 Plus Pro.
We're gonna talk about that next
the
week.
PS4 Pros.
That's gonna be our subject, like our main subject next week, with the PlayStation stuff. So, keep it in your pants.
It's never in my pants.
Dicks out for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe. Again.
So, Detroit Renegades, real fast. I found this pretty cool. That's why I put it in here. Jonas Strebko, he's a basketball player from Sweden, mind you. First Swedish basketball player in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Currently plays for the Boston Celtics. Former Detroit Piston. Bought Renegades, the organization.
Renegades GG.
Yep. They own Counter-Strike, a League of Legends, Dota 2, and an Overwatch team. He immediately bought a team house in Rochester, Michigan.
Oh, I can drive there.
For
TP
Counter-Strike.
Raid.
You know, they should pick me up for Counter Strike.
They beat Luminosity a few weeks.
They
They
should-
16-0'd Luminosity.
They should
Well,
pick me
SK.
up for Counter Strike.
They're close. Go.
I'll practice.
They just show up in their house, knock on their door, and say, "Yo, you
I'll
need
quit
me."
my job.
But I thought that was kind of cool.
If
It's
they
just
pick
showing
me up.
more that like there's a lot of
Esports
like
is a thing.
athletes and esports people investing in esports. You got Rick Fox who owns Echo Fox. I believe
Except
Shaq.
Echo Fox isn't worth shit.
Well, they're doing all right. I think Shaq is a part of a team. Like owns part of a team.
I know Shaq's involved in esports.
Yeah, there's just a lot of people now getting involved in esports and investing in the scene. So that's kind of why I wanted to bring it up because that's kind of cool. It's showing
Yeah.
that esports is taking a step in the right
That's
direction.
really neat.
What's up?
Now we just need to be regularly televised like we used to be back in the day of G4.
Counter-Strike's getting back.
But not
There.
with the cringe that was G4.
Overwatch is going to have their own e-leagues
Except for
on
Morgan
TBS
Webb,
coming out
I'd-
soon.
Tap that ass.
Is that something you could say on Twitch
Tap that ass.
about a specific person?
Maybe.
But,
Okay, no one's watching.
So
it.
Counter-Strike, they have their e-league. They're getting ready to do season 2. Overwatch is about to have their own e-league. I imagine Dota 2 or League of Legends will shortly follow that.
You telling me that Counter Strike is on the forefront of esports?
Yes.
I see.
I'm not doing this with you.
Well, tell me about Counter Strike, Alex.
Hey, they're closing in on being the most sold PC game of all time, though.
Counter Strike?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah,
Counter-Strike
who's
Go
beat-
is on the verge of it. They're They're like a couple
Who's beating them?
20 like Minecraft is.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like that's not a fair number in a sense of like even
Are they counting like their mobile sales too?
I believe so.
No, that's cheating.
What do you mean their mobile sales?
Like their phone tablet sales.
Phone and Xbox sales.
No, not Minecraft's not counting it. This is PC.
Right, I know, but Minecraft could still like count. Their
Minecraft on the PC is
The number one.
number one.
Yeah.
sold game of all time.
Yes, and that's
It's
including.
bullshit. That game's
They're
so
not
boring
saying
now.
unique users as well because Counter Strike has that as well. I feel like it's kind of not fair to some of the free to play games out there like Hearthstone, League of Legends, Dota 2.
I mean, you can't. That's a bit of a weird comparison, though. Downloads versus sales, because anybody can download a game. That
And
shouldn't
never
count
play
as like
it.
a sale.
Right.
If you want to talk about money made, then it's still going to be Minecraft, probably.
Probably Minecraft.
But it's going to be closer.
I don't know.
It'll probably be Dota 2 or Counter Strike because I don't think League of
because
Legends
all the
has,
money spent on crates.
League of
and
Legends
keys
does
and
have
stuff.
stuff
True.
you can buy, but I feel like it would be Counter
Yeah,
Strike
it would have to be Counter Strike.
because of the whole betting and gambling stuff
There's
like that. That alone
probably-
probably fueled them to
Yeah, if
number
we
one
look
for a
at
while.
legitimate ways that a game made money.
It was legitimate for the longest time, technically.
No, it wasn't. Just they got away with it for the longest
wasn't,
time.
but when you look at it, up until Valve stepped in, there was no interference. They weren't doing anything.
When
about
Valve
it.
said that this was always part of our user agreement,
yeah,
but they just started to enforce it because of the
that was
Lotto
Valve
thing.
just saying something because they had to.
yeah.
We all know that.
That's
like
true.
Their hand was forced to be like, all right, we got to cover our end so we can't get sued anymore. Yeah, I think Counter Strike would hands down be
He's
probably the
snacking
most
over there.
like sold thing over there.
He's the snack.
I was watching a snack drink water
Yeah,
earlier.
we were. He showed me like that was intense. I've never seen a
I had
snake
to
drink
log
water.
into Xfinity Wi-Fi just to watch this snack drink some water.
Was he satisfied drinking that water?
Dude,
Dude, he was
let me
killing
pull it up for you.
He was killing it. Speaking of killing things,
Okay. Yeah.
so we all know Farming Simulator 2017 is coming out soon.
Game of the year every year.
They are going to include pig farming.
Yeah. That's
so
what farmers
the
do.
European division of PETA,
Gulp, gulp, gulp.
which is what is PETA, Robert?
People for the ethical treatment of animals,
Yes.
but they're highly, what's what I'm looking for? Hypocritical?
Yeah, they're pretty unconventional in a lot of things they do. They stepped up and said, "Hey, people making Farming Simulator 2017, you're gonna have pig farming. Do it the right way." And this is an official quote
Like a giant
from
slaughterhouse.
Liason Harriet Barclay
Hold on, Josh
of
is going through the
PETA
portal.
European Outreach. Farming Simulator 17.
That's adorable.
I'll wait for you to watch your snake drinking
That's
water.
the cutest thing I've
Isn't
seen
it
a snake
great?
do. He's so happy.
So, Farming Simulator 17 should either show the nightmarish reality endured by pigs at the abattoir,
Abattoir.
We're not
or
French here.
change into vegan Farming Simulator 17 and let players grow crops. To do anything else would be dishonest. PETA urges anyone who considers pig slaughter footage too gruesome to include in a simulator game to get rid of their real-life plates of animal corpses and switch to cruelty-free vegan foods. So, they, like I said, they're including farming in Farming
Yeah.
Simulator 17. PETA says if you're going to do it, you need to include pig slaughter footage and show people the right way how pigs are slaughtered.
Right.
Hung upside down, shot, and skinned basically alive.
Yeah, so once again, PETA has taken things to the extreme when they
Yes.
didn't
Yeah.
need to.
It's-
Insert picture of Will Ferrell going, that escalated quickly.
Because there are now pig farms, animal farms, where some animals are more equal than others, in which they wait for the animal to die of old age or natural causes or stuff like that.
Yeah,
Does-
but then the
pig
meat's
farming-
not as tasty.
Or it's
Gotta get 'em when
tastier
they're young.
depending on how you look at
that
it.
actually is when the meat is the best.
Like pig farming does not automatically equal slaughterhouse in the way
No,
that
it's not like, we're a fucking McDonald's factory just grinding up chickens over here. Like,
All right, so you want that one, Robert?
What's that?
You want to get that one?
Sure. If I can.
Or I could do this.
I got
just
it.
do it. Just do it. Anyways, That's fun.
Yeah,
I'm fun.
when you're that fucking guy.
So, yeah, it's just too much. Like, you don't need to include all that.
No.
It's a game for fun, not for fucking realistic purposes.
Yeah.
The Germans will get a kick out of it, as they do.
Is that what we were talking about? We were
Farming
still talking
Simulator.
about Farming
Yeah.
Simulator?
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause the-
I was like, you guys looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like,
But
did we
you
move
are.
on to another topic already?
You are
I mean, I
crazy,
was
though.
hearing bells earlier.
Ding, ding, ding.
Well, it was like super faint. It was like over there. I'm pretty sure it was just like,
I'm gonna hit it now, boys.
hey, what now?
Are you hitting it?
What the fuck is Nintendo doing now?
Da-na-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na-na.
Billy's not
Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
here.
Kids are
Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
just cool noises.
What is Nintendo doing right now, Alex?
We'll start at the beginning of our notes, shall we? They have released, and it's available right now, a brand new 3DS XL
New.
called the Galaxy. It's basically a 3DS with a cool
Faceplate?
faceplate that's interchangeable now. With that looks like a solar system star thing. It's supposed to have better face tracking,
And
And
a
a better
better C-stick.
better C-stick. It is available now for the same price as any other 3DS. So if you're
$199.
looking to buy a 3DS, this is probably the better way to go. Because my problem with my new 3DS that I have is I really hate the C-stick. And I don't feel like it responds correctly.
I don't even have a C-stick. I got a 2DS.
So I was wondering, like, if I felt like sometimes with my 3DS, like the C-stick doesn't respond properly and it's bad. But if they
They improved on it.
yeah, so if that's what they're doing here, that's probably what's happening.
Make it into more of an actual stick than just like a
little
pressure sensitive nub.
Yeah. So that's one thing that they're doing. They also confirmed for the 3DS, and I believe, they're making a Super Mario Maker, like the Wii U version.
I was excited for it. No, I'm not excited for it.
Why would happen?
So it's not going to be a full Mario Maker. You're not going to be able to search for levels. You're not going to be able to upload levels wired to the internet. You can share them locally. And the only way you can play custom levels is you play the 100 Mario challenge. And
I'm
it just,
okay with that.
it
I
just-
read that they were doing a bunch of the stuff, like you could play all the hardest Wii U levels and
yeah.
lot of the
And
stuff
then
off.
I think they said there's a few other things that won't be compatible between versions, so they'll have to filter those levels out. But other than that, it's going to be Super Mario Maker.
Well,
which,
the only thing I would ever played Super Mario Maker for was the 100 Mario challenges anyways. Like,
That's
I don't
true.
care about making maps or anything.
I would make maps, my own, share them with you guys.
You'd be
Um,
a dick and be like the one that just puts bombs at the start and just can't get away.
No,
from it.
you got to make your levels beatable. That's
Well, I mean, you can still beat it, but only you know how.
there's already too many of those levels. I want them to be challenged, but have a good time beating
And
my
win?
levels. Yeah.
Okay. Well, also in the terms of Mario, because that's still rolling around, they've released a lot of new stuff for the Pokemon Sun and Moon coming out, like the new Ultra Beast and all the new.
They
more
they
Pokemon
showed
stuff.
Rattata and Raticate.
And they're different forms.
Yep, they look terrible.
Well, because you have like the different element types now, so you have like ice and
Rattata
dark and stuff.
Rattata basically has the goofiest Western villain mustache,
Oh, jeez.
and then Raticate has like puffy. I bit a bee inside my mouth.
What is
cheeks.
it? Cubone.
Cubone mode.
Like his evolved version looks.
Marowak?
Marowak, yeah, looks sick as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up.
But yeah, so that stuff's coming out, but that stuff that's been leaking the whole time.
Right.
Super Mario Run got announced at.
Super Mario Run.
Was that at PAX last week?
Yes.
Okay.
Is
Was
it
it
like the
PAX?
same thing as Sonic Dash?
It's called Super
You can
Mario
play it with
Run.
one
It's supposed to
hand.
be a racing game.
And not
like
an
a
endless
racing-
runner apparently.
Was that?
It's not an endless runner.
No.
That's
it's
what I
being
heard.
released first for the iPhone.
Yep.
It's a racing game, like you race across the map.
Super Mario Run.
They do have veteran guys working on the game, so that's kind of good. They brought back Takashi Tezuka, who worked on the original Super Mario Bros., and then Hideki Kono, who was the map designer and designed the world map for Super Mario World. So they bringing in a veteran staff to make sure that the first true mobile version of Mario goes right. They're going to have a Toad Rally, which is their competitive mode that lets you face off against friends, and they pair you up against strangers based on your skill ranking. So So they're doing a lot of really cool things with it. It's coming out in December for the Apple App Store, and they did confirm that Android will get it at some point. They also are releasing it for the iPad. And when asked, what's the difference,
What's the deal?
they said the difference is on the iPad, characters are bigger and you can't play it with one hand. And
That's true. iPads are very difficult to hold with one hand.
So that's kind of cool that finally they're stepping over to the App Store world.
Yeah, good for them. They finally
Um,
moved into the modern age
Yeah,
a
it
little
took
bit.
them too long.
Just in time for them to release the NX
Yep.
and have it be a smartphone compatible.
What's being rumored to come out with the NX?
Just Dance,
No, there's a game that they're saying is going to come out with the beginning of the NX.
Legend of Zelda,
It's a Legend of Zelda game, I think.
Breath of the Wild.
I was just talking to somebody at work the other day about this.
Are you sure it's not Breath of the Wild?
I'm pretty
that-
sure. Oh, there
Super
goes
Smash
again.
Brothers.
How did that go?
They are redoing Super Smash Bros. For it.
Well, yeah, they do one
But,
for every console.
Yeah, so that's coming out. That's kind of cool. We'll see how it actually works.
Hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
Hmm?
Hmm?
Hmm?
Huh?
No.
Huh?
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 Do you like shitting down people's throats? Well, if you
Awkward
do,
transition.
then Duke Nukem's the guy for you with Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary World Tour. Right?
I wish we could like.
Duke Nukem's coming back again.
Right, with another game, which is just a remake of the original, I think, right?
Not the original Duke Nukem 3D, which is not the
Duke
original.
Nukem 3D.
There's 1 and 2, then there's 3D, and then there's about a 12-year pause, and then Duke Nukem Forever. I think. I'm not exactly sure on that.
Okay. But we need to remake a Duke Nukem Forever.
So, Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary World Tour. That is the official title of the game.
Which, this game is going to be a giant load of crap.
It's Duke. It makes me think if Duke Nukem was ever good to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of cool what they're doing for it. Just like Super Mario Runner,
Mm-hmm.
they are bringing back the original crew. The director, the designer Alan Blum III. He was the original, developed the original games. Richard Level Lord Gray. He's the guy that did a lot of the Easter eggs and helped design a lot of the maps.
Yeah.
So they're bringing back those guys. They're also bringing back John St. John to do new one-liners and touch up some of the audio quality. So it's not like they're just pumping out a regular remaster. They're doing it the proper way, and they're also going to introduce 8 new levels. So that kind of is cool. Gearbox is releasing it on their newly developed true 3D rendering mode, which is supposed to be capable of high-end frame rates.
Duke Nukem was such a product of the 90s that needed to stay there.
It's not going to... It didn't transition over well with Forever. Well, I mean, that game was shit anyways, but... Even still, if they had done it right, I don't think it still would have done...
Yeah, I don't have any hopes for this.
I'll probably still play it, though.
I don't either, but
I'll watch someone play it, but that's about it.
It's kind of cool that they're at least just not half-assing it, because you're going to be able to switch between both the
On
new
October
3D
11.
version and their old frame rates anytime.
So it's like Halo.
Yeah, Halo. Like, you could do that with Halo.
Is this Gearbox making this?
Yes.
Don't have any high hopes for this. If it's not Borderlands, Gearbox does really poor job of making games.
That's very true.
And Duke Nukem is not an exception to that rule.
8 new levels.
Yep, 8 new levels. It's coming out October 11th, like you said, on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and on PC via Steam.
I'm sure it'll... I'm sure someone will be selling it on like G2A or something for like $2.
Yeah.
Right.
So we'll see how it really goes, and if it looks any good.
I
if
wonder
it
if
plays any good.
I wonder if people will flock to it and be like, "Oh, Duke Nukem's back. Screw the PC culture. This is what we need in our lives." Or if everyone can unanimously join in and say, "Let's just kill Duke Nukem."
I feel like there's gonna be those people that were born in the 80s that are
Mhm.
gonna be like, well, you know, this was like something that I grew up with and is still pretty cool.
Hey
and then
guys,
there's
what
gonna
about
be
my
us. That's
nostalgia?
like
The
just
people
let
who
it
are going to
die.
enjoy Duke Nukem probably still enjoy South Park.
Yeah,
I can see that.
yeah,
Because
I'm-
South Park stopped being funny years ago.
yeah.
I haven't watched South Park in
Well,
years, so I can't comment.
When
to
you
that.
have, like, all these things that push the envelope for so far, and, like, they're no longer, like, it's such a higher level now, and, like, the shtick and the humor that they were going for is, like, that we're done with that. Like,
Right.
we're beyond that. Then somebody comes through and says, oh, hey, Duke Nukem. You're like, all right, that's cool.
Duke Nukem is like that guy that is stuck in the senior year of high school time
Yeah.
of their lives that never wants to grow up, whereas video games have grown up since then.
Well, that's where I think
Doom did this, right? So you had an old game like Doom and Duke Nukem.
Doom
how they were
wasn't,
sorta,
like-
similar.
like their shtick
well,
wasn't
Duke
like
Nukem
that.
was like a silly, but it still had like the same sort of playstyle
Like,
type thing.
Duke Nukem was more of a product that had like the 90s attitude where like everyone was gruff and tough and saying bad words and peeing in the toilets and all that stuff.
So we should
Whereas
get
Doom
a
was-
remaster of Leisure Suit Larry.
There was, I thought.
There was, yeah.
There was.
For the
But,
Xbox
no,
360.
Duke Nukem, like, I think this is a better
Duke
way for
Nukem.
them to go
Yeah, Ook Dukem.
because it's like one of those things where like I can go back and like I'm gonna play this game again instead of like here's a brand new Duke Nukem game that sucks. I'd rather say like nostalgia.
Yeah,
I'd rather play
the old
like
ones.
an HD remake or something like this,
Yeah.
or go back and play it on the original system I used to play on, other than get a new Duke Nukem game
Right.
where they're pushing the envelope. Like it's gonna be different with this.
If it's truly a remaster and they don't really change much from like the older game,
The original game itself is supposed to be everything as it was. It's just now you have the ability to go into the new system.
Shadow
Right.
7713 says Ookum and the Duker.
Right in the Duker. But the 8 new levels, we'll see what they do.
they better show me some more strippers.
Because this is the one with the football field and the strip
Mhm.
how, you
Yep.
know, the strippers. Oh,
Strip Club's first level.
Yeah. Yep.
It's first level.
I better be able to flush that toilet as many times as I want. That's all I want.
So they're doing all that, and other things that probably were best off left in the 90s. Interplay Entertainment is selling their entire catalog, all their games.
They're liquidizing.
I want a new Earthworm Jim.
Yes, I
really-
do. Yep.
I want a new Earthworm Jim
I want
as
a new
well.
Earthworm Jim.
But
That's
this is the
something
company, in
groovy.
case you guys didn't know, that sold Bethesda Fallout.
Because
So they're pretty big names.
Yes.
So
That
what
Fallout
happened? They going
and-
out of business or?
Well, the official quote from Interplay's president Eric Kane
Oh,
Be able
okay.
to read this one.
with. You want to read this one?
He saw the
Does you want
third
to make a
word.
comment?
With the proliferation of mobile augmented reality, virtual reality, and new forms of consumption, we believe that the consumers are ready to experience and interact with Interplay's characters, stories, and gameplay in ways never possible before, says Interplay's president Eric Kane in a statement. We look forward to seeing how this unique portfolio of interactive entertainment icons will evolve for the worldwide audience.
So obviously they have other games, but their biggest name left is Earthworm Jim,
Earthworm fucking
and
Jim.
we all want a new
Virtual
Earthworm Jim.
reality Earthworm Jim.
I would love a new Earthworm Jim for the 3DS.
Oh, that'd be great.
You are the worm.
We're getting a new Toe Jam and Earl.
Yep.
Which
We're
I'm
getting this
not
the
excited
remake
for.
of the Duke Nukem.
Why not Earthworm Jim?
Why not Earthworm Jim? I feel like Earthworm Jim was one of the better ones to come out of that.
I
Anyways.
loved his
I-
character.
Yeah, Earthworm Jim was
I
like
loved
very,
when you lost your suit, you're just a little worm.
very Saturday morning cartoon-esque.
Exactly.
I don't know if the game was as good as I remember it though.
They're still good.
Are
I
they?
have Earthworm Jim for my Game Boy Color, and I still go back and play it.
Okay, that's good to know. Because except for
And
those
it's
underwater
still
levels,
as hard as I remember it being.
those underwater levels,
Those
were,
are the worst.
Those were the worst.
The ones where the hamsters are like chasing you through
Yep.
the tubes. Fuck that. Just get them right away.
Oh, I'm not even playing.
Never stood a chance. All right.
Basically, boys and girls, don't be a fuckstick.
don't be a fuckstick. This is Twitch.
Don't
You
be
know,
a duker.
If your life sucks that much, where you have to go on the internet and try to insult other people and
Be a cool guy.
try to be that guy,
I want to be a cool guy.
and we're not going to tell you to do anything to yourself in bodily fashion ways or bodily harm.
But
Because
mentally,
normally I would tell you to kill yourself, but that's rude, and I would never do that because that's not right. Just no, just don't.
just brush your teeth.
Go to
floss.
bed, have mommy tuck you in, and drink a nice warm glass of milk.
I've never liked warm milk, actually.
I've never had it.
I always had chocolate milk before I went to bed. So I was
I
spoiled.
could go for some chocolate.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Speaking of spilled
Alex
milk,
can't have chocolate milk.
I can't.
how you guys like early access as a concept?
I don't.
Sometimes it works.
Let's say
Some of my favorite games have been early access.
let's say I have an early access game, right?
Yeah,
So by definition, it's unfinished.
sure.
I'm gonna sell you some DLC for this early access
You
game.
Get the fuck out of here.
I agree with that.
But that's exactly what
So-
happened.
Ark Survival,
Evolved.
survival game,
Yeah.
dinosaur survival.
Oh, there's dinosaurs in this
It was a
one.
bad game to begin with.
You can shit on the floor and throw it at your friends.
Yep, that was also true.
It was a bad game to begin with, and it's broken way more than most early access games are. There's a lot of issues going on with it. They have decided. Remember, they got sued and they lost
By
money.
Sony. Yep.
They have decided we're in early access. We're gonna sell you some DLC. Scorched Earth.
Not just add it to the end content
Nope.
of us being a full game.
We may be months behind our roadmap of things we wanted out, like DayZ, but we're gonna sell you $20. Wait, is it $20?
I think it's $20.
$20 DLC that gives you dragons.
Wait, is that really what a game?
It gives you dragons, fire-breathing dragons, hence Scorched Earth. And I don't think they differentiate DLC and non-DLC servers.
So you have to pay to get on those servers.
No, you have to pay to get those dragons, or else don't bother building anything. Because if someone does have a dragon that they
They're
can
just
get,
gonna kill you.
they'll just burn it down.
That's some bullshit.
So the internet has not reacted to this kindly. Ark Survival Evolved.
Except for the people, I've seen a lot of people on Twitch and on Twitter be like, "Wow, this is awesome! Go buy this!" And I'm like,
you know exactly what you're
you
doing.
know. They
The-
were told to do that because no one in their right minds would be like, "Oh, this is early access. Let me go pay $20 more fucking dollars for a non-finished game."
Yeah, and their community has really shit on them.
Ark Survival Evolved went from consistently the top selling game on Steam.
To nothing.
I mean, it's
People
still
are
probably
mad.
up there, but
Yeah.
it won't be for long with this kind of treatment.
The reviews are going down.
Their reviews are going down.
I feel like it's just gonna turn in the next Rust.
They're way
Yeah.
behind schedule, and then they decide like, hey, you want this content? Pay for it. Like the whole reason that they made early access is to have the community help you develop it.
Yep.
Don't sell them more stuff
Yep.
that is probably also not finished. Like that's deplorable. If anything,
Yeah, it's not good. It doesn't look good for any other early access game because now they might get ideas like, wow, they did it. Why can't we?
right.
Even if the community is just absolutely on fire. Even though there are some bigger streamers out there just rolling along with it. Like, oh, it's such a good we're going for it.
Yeah, it's
I don't advocate for any of that. I don't like the early access plateau in the beginning.
I don't mind early access,
I don't either,
but don't make me
done
pay
right.
full price for a game.
Exactly. Don't put out a game.
any game that hasn't been a survival multiplayer game in early access has been all right.
Yeah, like a lot of
Roguelike,
roguelikes,
Yeah, roguelikes were.
and like bullet hell games have
Yep.
been early access.
We've had Killing Floor 2 is building early access, but
Yep.
they're actually putting updates out. They're releasing content. None
Killing
of it you
Floor
have to pay
2
for.
has had huge content.
Oh yeah, they're putting out stuff to push out a full game, like slowly. Like this is our beta. We're working out kinks before we put the next thing out.
Right.
Prison Architect was the same way. They had updates after updates. They were constantly working on it.
Yep.
When a developer shows like, okay, you're not going to pay full price for the game now, but when it comes out, you've got full content.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're good. Everything we do, you have.
Right.
Um,
Because you helped us test this game,
Yeah.
basically.
Right.
You were a
like
QA tester
Minecraft
for us.
started that.
Yeah.
Minecraft, like in the
I
very
bought
beginning.
Minecraft in beta.
Yeah. When I bought it when it was like,
or alpha maybe.
What,
I
10,
think I bought it
15
in alpha.
bucks?
It was like $10.
yep.
And now it's like 25.
It's like 30.
Is it 30?
Yeah.
And I have to buy it
Notch
again
is like,
because I don't-
yeah.
Except he doesn't own it anymore.
I mean, does he still not get royalties?
Nope.
Oh wow. He's
So
he's just got
he
all that
sold
money from
everything about it.
You've
Wow.
got all these companies that do it, and there are companies that do it the right way.
Yeah.
Then you have companies like the guys working at
And-
Arc that
yep.
are doing it the wrong way,
They're
that are
doing it
they're spoiling it.
such the
And it's
wrong
going to hit a point.
I feel like they're gonna come out with at least 2 more DLCs before the game.
I don't want them to, because it's going to come to a point where we have to do something.
The
What
only
are we
thing we
gonna
can
say?
do,
Write them a mean letter and be like, "Don't
No.
do this."
I mean, like it's going to come to a point where the gaming community is just going to say, "I've had enough. We can't. This isn't acceptable anymore."
Insert.
Somebody's going to have to step in and say, "I'm
Filthy
surprised."
Frank. It's time to stop.
I'm actually surprised Steam hasn't stepped in, or Valve.
I mean, Valve's
And-
gonna have to say like, this is what early access is. If you're gonna
Yes.
release DLC, you're not early access anymore.
Exactly.
And we'll judge you as a full game, and then people will poop on it.
This is going to be another case where Valve is going to sit idly by until somebody says, "All right,
Well, it's probably
we're
gonna
filing
be,
a lawsuit," and it's going to hit you, Steam, and that's when they're going to go, "Whoa, wait a second."
Here's what our user agreement has always said.
It's gonna
Exactly.
be hard to dictate stuff like that though, because they have so many games that get like greenlit and released.
And there's
every
so many
day.
games in their greenlit
Yeah.
that aren't worthy of it. Like they get upvoted.
Yeah,
And
because that's all community
it's abandoned.
based.
Well, yeah, and half the games get abandoned as soon as they get their money. Like, oh, we cashed in.
That's what I would do.
Peace out. Yeah, it's sucky because you can't. It's almost impossible to moderate such
Yeah,
a thing.
It's gonna be so hard.
I think a company
Except for
like,
like
Valve
really
could
big
do it.
titles, you know, they'll be able to be like, you know, big titles like Ark. They'll be able to like, you know, shut it down. But,
Yeah,
I couldn't get my words out there, but like smaller games that, you know, throw in like little 99-cent content patches, they'll never catch that shit unless they have someone scrolling through lists.
Well, they have
every
to get
day.
everything approved before they release it.
maybe that's mostly like a robot that does that. Like someone.
Once you're
on-
already like content and like that creator's probably approved, it's probably just automatic.
Plus, didn't that guy like a month and a half ago show how to, like, override via JavaScript of all things, how to get games approved automatically?
I think
still
so.
using JavaScript?
It was something like he basically hit like F12 to show the code of the page, changed a few things to show hidden options, and he's like, oh, I can get my non-finished game approved for, and on the store for $5.
Huh.
Which I believe he sent that whole process that he did to Valve so,
So
they
they
could
could
fix
shut
it.
it down.
But
They probably paid him for that too.
I hope they did. That's a good
But-
thing he did.
But
It
what
is
I'm
a
getting
good
at, like I said, it's getting to a point where if a company in a game like this can just throw it out there and expect us to deal with it, it's
That's
not
pretty
acceptable.
bullshit,
You can't, you shouldn't be able to do this.
I'm sure like this was one of those things that nobody thought anyone would do,
Yeah.
and then they saw like, oh, we can do this. Let's do it. People have bought it. They're making money off of it. I wish they didn't, and the only thing I can do is not buy it myself, which
'Cause
I will
it's-
continue not to.
Yeah, it's shitty because you're taking advantage of the people that actually care about this game.
Yeah.
I don't know any other early access games that have ever done this.
I
Exactly.
can't think of
This-
one that's
this
done
is the
DLC,
first time.
like full on DLC. Like maybe, like you said, like small patches of like 99-cent stuff. Like Killing Floor 2 has like
Well,
you
they have
can-
the crates.
you have the crates, but that's an in-game system that Steam.
That's
is
all
a part of.
community driven. you
Yeah.
know?
That's not like here's some DLC. That's
Give us
like
real
small-
life
Here's
money
like full
for it.
content that should be in our game.
Yeah.
You know.
No game in early access should be able to just push that down your throat.
Nope. But they did, and now we have to deal with the fallout of
It's
it.
really crap, and I don't like it. I don't like seeing it happen. Of course, there are people out there that are just not helping our cause. That are just like buying it, I'm buying it,
You
bro.
know,
Right, there's
why
people
not,
that would be
bro?
like,
Those people are the people we need to.
and I kind of
fucking
understand, like, at the end of the day, it's their money, they can buy whatever they want, but
I can also understand wanting to support a developer if you like what they make.
yeah,
but that's not the way to do it.
yeah, I don't think this is.
This is not the right avenue to do it on or through.
Yeah, don't encourage early access DLC.
Right.
Bullshit.
'Cause then-
If the rumors are true that they're truly hurting from the lawsuit still, then first off, they shouldn't have done goofed in the beginning.
Right.
Second off, maybe the company shouldn't survive on its own.
Yeah.
It needs to
Well,
go.
if
Sure,
they
you might
really-
lose a game.
If they really wanted to survive on something, they probably could have done like a Kickstarter or something.
Yeah.
And
Do a Kickstarter. Like, here, you donate this much money, you get this content.
Yeah.
That'd be different. Help us push this
it's
game along.
released. You say they donate, $20,000. Everyone gets this content, and it's just regardless of that.
Right.
But they did about it wrong way.
I don't like seeing it. I don't like seeing people support it.
Speaking of Kickstarter, I'm pretty sure I kickstarted like the new Psychonauts, and I haven't gotten any updates about that.
Did you
so
invest in it or did you Kickstart it?
I like
You
put
figged
money
it
into it.
in Fig. It wasn't Kickstarter. It was Fig.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you invested in it.
yeah.
It's double fine. They're gonna take like 6 years to come out with it,
But I
and it's gonna be in
I
2 parts.
Want it?
It's gonna be in 2 parts.
I just remember that.
I hope Ark Survival Evolved.
I hope it dies.
Yeah.
I really do.
That's
too.
all I hope.
Honestly, like, I thought the game was bad to begin with.
I mean,
and that it wasn't cool.
The whole survival multiplayer genre as a
Yeah.
whole needs to be. It needs a kick in the pants.
It's dead to me.
Every game is the same, and they all
just
are
a
in their
different aspect. Zombies,
yep.
dinosaurs,
naked
frozen
people,
tundra,
Yeah.
naked people.
and
yeah.
they're all
I agree.
in early access. So something needs to be done to like. Someone needs to make a survival multiplayer game that is actually good, and release it as a 1.0, and set that bar higher.
I
Finally,
feel like H1Z1's like right on that brink. Of,
I kinda
think-
do
I
as
feel
well.
like it's the best survival horror out there right now.
But their
Or
battle-
just survival
they're
game
only
in
the-
but the
general.
King of the Kill is not
PvE is
survival
not
at
good
all.
No, but Just Survive is still like one of the best survival games.
Gotcha.
But that's where I'm kind of at with it as well. Is like I really don't like to see companies fail
Yeah.
and crumble. But in this
But it's
case,
their fault.
I would love to watch Ark fall apart and just
I'd
the whole
love
thing shut down.
to
'Cause
see them-
that's greedy and it's just flat out rude.
I'm not gonna say I want them to fall apart. I want them to hit that brink where they're about to go under, and then say, "We messed up. We got to make this game actually good now," and then come back and make an actual game and hit their deadlines, get out of early access, and then
Well,
they can start selling DLC.
they made another game which was free to play, which just fucking beefed it. Like it was
Yeah.
really bad. So they probably lost a lot of money on that too.
Other
It
people
was
that
another
agree,
Ark standalone.
Yeah.
The Five Nights at Freddy's stuff's got to die. That guy is just.
Is he still making
Yeah,
Five
Oh,
Nights
he's
at
still
yeah.
Freddy's?
making them.
He tried pushing
Was
out
he-
that Five Nights at Freddy's world. It was so bad that he took it back because
He
they
made
told
like
him to.
a Five Night at Bonnie's or something. Which
He's
was,
making a new one.
What is he up to, like 6 now?
Yeah, it was.
Well, they're
it's
making a
about
new one at a
6.
sister location.
Oh my god.
But that's
That
what
was
I'm
the
saying.
Bonnie's one.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
this guy made a game that everyone jumped on right at the beginning.
Which they
Shock
shouldn't have.
horror.
Well, it got huge because of people like PewDiePie, Markiplier, those people.
And it was cheap. It was $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just kept rolling with it. And
Yeah.
and it was obvious at one point he was putting out garbage because he knew
People
I
would
see the
still
Five
buy
Nights
it.
at Freddy's Nick game. I'm gonna buy it.
Some would argue that the first one was garbage.
It
It
was
was.
garbage.
It was.
You know,
I
you mean,
never understood the appeal
you
to
mean
that.
screensaver horror the game?
One of our friends, Matt,
Matt, yeah.
he was all like, "Oh my god, it's such a scary game," and blah blah. I'm watching, like, it's not that bad. I bought it on my tablet
Yeah.
on the App Store. I played it. I fell asleep playing it.
Oh, the fandom that has erupted around that game is
There-
something else.
There are people that wear shirts. There's merchandise everywhere for
Yep.
it. That's another
I
case
see
of
people
if
that-
you're too greedy, and it's obvious. The more the games go on, the more garbage they are. I think one is the most complete game.
I could not tell you because after one I stopped
they
caring.
they got progressively worse.
And there was a lot of people out there who were like, are people finally going to wake up and realize this guy is just making easy money on you?
Okay,
Nope.
serious question. Which fandom is worse? Five Nights at Freddy's or Daisy?
Freddy's.
My Little Ponies.
Or Undertale fans? Undertale fans are,
fans are crazy.
they
I mean,
are.
I love Undertale as much as the next guy.
I do too.
Like, it's a great game.
Yeah.
But like the
But they're
diehard
crazy.
fans,
hmm
nuts.
All right, wait. Here's the actual comparison. Five Nights at Freddy's fans, Homestuck fans.
What? Homestuck?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
You ever heard of? Oh my gosh, it's. What are you doing over there?
My phone was going.
Oh, I thought you were gonna throw something at me.
No. You can't. You're in a different dimension.
That's true.
Well, you
The
threw
portal only
something
worked
at me earlier.
once.
Through the portal.
I went through the portal to show him the snack.
I took a through the portal to give him a drink.
It was such a happy snack.
It was great.
So
I want a snack.
so
just
next week
because of
we're
that.
gonna line up a guest.
Did you shit your pants?
No, I did not. We're gonna have a guest with us next week, for sure.
Good thing I'm not over there now.
I didn't really, seriously.
That's an unsure look from Josh.
There is something that stinks. I can smell what you're talking about. But it was positive. You would have heard it. I had chili earlier.
So did I.
That's I know you did.
It wasn't
You
me.
went out. You snack. So next week we're gonna talk about the new PS4 stuff because we didn't touch on it this week
Right.
because we had a lot of other stuff going
It's
on.
big stuff.
So we're gonna talk about the new PS4 systems coming out. We're gonna be a week behind on that. We're gonna talk about
We didn't even talk about World of Warcraft this week.
We're gonna talk about World of Warcraft next week. I really want to actually get more into the expansion before I just.
You mean want to finish the one quest that you can do?
I did.
I'm
You
already,
finished
I'm
it?
110. I'm at like 805 item level. I'm not geared for heroics yet. I'm like 5 levels away, but
Well, the problem is with our potential 5-man,
Yeah.
we don't have a healer. We have 2 rogues, a Death Knight.
Definitely
is-
can heal
What
through
is Shadow?
I can heal myself.
it. Warlock.
Warlock and a
Which-
Hunter.
Warlocks are hurting this expansion.
Are
And
they
a
hurting?
Hunter. Tell me who in there is going to sustain everyone's health.
Blood Death Knights can heal themselves
That's
anyway.
me.
Yeah. They can.
I don't
Tanks
need a
are almost
healer.
are nigh indestructible right now.
Yeah, they're.
But
Well,
what
except for
about
monks.
your rogue's hit points? What about Shadow's hit points? What about that Hunter's hit points?
Faint, and I can drink potion bottles.
Just don't stand in AoEs.
Whatever. I roll the bones. I get leech.
I have not had one good roll the bones yet.
Stop sucking at the
My
game.
life.
Anyways, guys.
Shadow says he's doing fine. So I'm probably gonna work on leveling up a paladin that's at 92 and be a little bit
Yeah,
further
you get your
behind.
Ashbringer, like every other paladin.
Ashbringer's the ret, though, isn't it?
I don't know. I just
Either
know
way,
that everyone
we're
has
still gonna have
Ashbringer.
2 rogues, so it doesn't matter. One of the rogues, which I'll do it since I'm the one that's behind, I'll level up a healer.
He'll work on his priest. I don't care what everyone else does. I already have a tank. I'm the tank.
So we're gonna talk about PlayStation 4, the new PlayStation 4s they're coming out with, and we're gonna talk about the WoW
Yep.
Legion and how we feel about it so far and where they're heading. Hopefully, I can get some ground on it, so I'm
Go to
As
Stormheim
well as
first.
any other news that comes out this week.
yep, as well as any other news. So next week, the 3 of us will be here. For sure.
Yeah.
You're
I should be.
you're in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks I'll be gone. I'll be at TwitchCon.
I think in
that's
2
right.
weeks you and I will just run a show
Sure.
called the Life is Strange show.
Yeah, finally.
With
what the
the
viewers
side
want.
Netrunner. You guys should play Netrunner.
Oh, we should play Netrunner on camera.
We're gonna play a game. Games
Called
for a
Netrunner.
month. I'm trying to not to do a game show.
Netrunner
until
can be
then.
spooky. You
Oh,
know,
Yeah.
it can be real spooky.
where are the agendas? What if the
So
runner
remember,
takes my
October
agendas?
9th, we're giving away a copy of Gloom.
That's right.
If anyone, I know there's no one in the chat right now, but if anyone watches this VOD on YouTube or on Twitch, if you're at TwitchCon, hit me up. I'll be there.
Where do
Especially
people
those
follow
hot-
us at?
You can follow us on Twitter. The links are in the description below, I think. You can follow our
If
individual.
not, Beers and Beards 9 at Twitter.
You can follow our individual Twitch channels. He's McSkippy454. I'm Tomato Squeezer. He's like a sir.
Those are in the channel below in the description.
We also have a Facebook page, which is in the channel below. If you want to follow us, you can. But I can understand if you don't want your real name showing up on there.
Hit you up at
Also-
TwitchCon.
We have a YouTube, which is Beers and Beards.
We post sound check stuff on there as well as some of our episodes. Like
we
this
have
one will
some.
be going on
we
there.
have some funny behind the scenes on there,
That's right.
which are pretty great. We also have MySpace, LinkedIn. We have a Tinder account, so if you're in the Metro Detroit area, please swipe right on us.
Please.
I think I'm gonna
on,
make a Tinder account for us now.
I'm on Tinder by myself, so if you like this short, fat, bearded man,
You're taller than me.
hit me
I
up.
seriously think I'm gonna install Tinder just for our show.
Just for Beers and Beards.
Yeah, I want to make our show like we're a Twitch TV show. And I'm gonna swipe right on everybody.
Just to plug it every time.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. That's going to not end well.
I think I'm gonna do it.
Look what you did.
My wife's gonna see.
Courtney's
Like,
gonna be like,
why do you have Tinder
on
installed?
your
I'll be
phone?"
like, it's for our show.
You only get a certain amount of likes per day, though.
That's
so-
all right. I'm gonna swipe right all day.
And if you super like on someone, if they say they're nerdy and they do Twitch stuff, if you super like them, it sends that notification to them.
And then we get him on the show as the fourth chair.
Yep. And
You
then
want to be
I'll
a
just date
rotating
her.
guest?
All right.
But thanks again for watching, guys.
Don't forget to follow us on
Thanks,
Tumblr,
guys.
We're not on Tumblr actually.
X Video.
We are on
Pornhub.
Xvideo. What is it? Hamster video.
You
Hamster
can
Tube.
follow our next live stream here as
Um,
we.
I'm starring in at least 7 different hentai videos
I'm the hand that
on
draws them.
HAnime.tv.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah, Crunchyroll. Yep, I've been watching a lot of Bleach. I'm on season 6, and I started like last week.
Of like 17.
15 actually.
Close enough.
So yeah, thanks for watching. It was a good show. We love your faces,
Bye.
except that one guy.
except that one guy. Fuck you.